strategic innovation. And when we think strategic innovation, it really is from that idea that organizations must either innovate or evaporate. And I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it's a saying that's been around for a while. And the fact is, organizations that are successful innovate quite often. And we can see that. So we are looking at what strategic innovation is. And then we're going to look at various forms of innovation, as well as some theories that suggest how best to do innovation. One of my favorite bits is this here, the idea of disruptive innovation, and honestly, very difficult for current firms and successful firms, yeah, absolutely, to deal with. And then we'll look at bottom of the pyramid. I think some of you would have touched on bottom of the pyramid last semester already. But why would I use this opening as part of innovation? Oh my word, where is that now? I have so much open here. So it's not the Mercedes, it's not that, it's not that. Where is it? Gosh, let's search for again. Why would I use that as an opening? And yeah, I can't spell for anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Why would I use that bit there as part of strategic innovation? What does innovation do to existing firms? What does it do to industries? What does it do to make customers' lives better, customers' lives worse? So the actual question was, what the smartphone replaced? Um, yeah, when you can't spell, but thank goodness Google can. It is about disruption. And this is a single item, guys. This is a single innovation. This is a single advancement that has destroyed industries. If you think of, let's start with one of the industries that disappeared completely. Also, family meals. Yeah, no, I forced my family to eat at the table last night. The landline. Who still has a landline at home? Can tell us you have a landline at home so we can point and laugh at you. Not a single landline. No, who has got a landline? Not since 2012. Yeah, I think that was for us as well. I think it was about 2000. Relationships. I don't know. I think, yeah, my favorite is when a group of young people sit together and they in a room together, but each look at their own phone. Okay, guys, who still has a separate radio from their phone? One that they turn on and tune in. Except don't say your car radio now. Nate, you seriously still have a radio? Mtunzi, you still have a radio in the house? Oh my gosh, Yashna. 1980 is calling and it wants its radio back. Taryn, I think Taryn answers all your comments there, guys. Use it for the dogs when I go out, okay? A crank. Oh my gosh, we're in trouble here, guys. Paper books. Who still prefers good old books that you page and you can smell and that it has character to it? Or who's happy to, Gaston, who likes to read on their phone? And yeah, prefer PDFs. I must admit, audiobooks, yeah, I quite like I quite like PDFs as well. Yeah, yeah, we have got I don't know where my reader is, but very, very cool, Katerina. Very, very cool. Compasses, who still would use a compass? I suppose people still do. And then, yeah, the one that concerns me, and I'm going to go in bit reverse order. Who has stopped wearing a watch because they have a phone? Because I will not leave my house without the sun and stars. 1790 is calling you, Armand. Um, who still has Yeah, smartwatch does count. I still wear a watch. Yeah, I have a smartwatch, but I still wear my old traditional watch. I honestly cannot leave the house unless I have my watch on. But my smartwatch is actually lying right next to my laptop and completely flat. And it's a Samsung, so it's not a cheapie. You don't wear one or own one. So, Lakeisha, for you, your time is your phone. I think a watch is a statement. Okay, very, very cool. Yeah, I think that used to be, but I think now I tend to take my phone with because my car keeps saying, "Where's your phone? Where's your phone?" Who still has an alarm clock separate from their phone? Very cool, Nate. Yeah, no, I have a couple of expenses. You have tickets as an alarm clock. So when you say you have chickens, you hit them on the head to snooze them, or are these real chickens, Taryn? Yeah, no, that will do it. That will do it. So, Taryn, your chickens, how do you snooze them? So you can't snooze them. Oh, then I don't want them. Very cool, Taryn. Very, very cool. Guys, and then obviously I still have remote controls, but I know people use it. Answering machines. Okay, you scream. Snooze, snooze, snooze. It's easier to press a button. Um, oh, Nate wants to play with the chickens. Oh gosh, yes. Okay, guys, and then just answering machines. I don't think anyone has. Um, jeez. Oh, Nate, you're a savage boy. Taryn loves her chickens, and you thinking of eating them. Guys, and then maps. Anyone still use maps? I don't even think people have TomToms and GPSs anymore. And you can see some of the other stuff. Dictaphones. I still have a dictaphone somewhere. I think it's in my top drawer here. GPSs, MP3 players. Well, can I just say, Liam, this year, at some point or towards the end of last year, no, it's this year, somebody threw a yellow pages into my front yard. Now it's not a yellow pages, it's now a little A5. I didn't even take it out of a plastic wrapper and threw it in the dustbin. I should have kept it for a museum one day. Guys, and I mean, a single device went and messed up all of those, just destroyed them. You have a Garmin. Yeah, I have a TomTom somewhere, but I haven't updated it. So it'll possibly take me into the ocean, Nate. I don't even know where it is, to be honest with you. Guys, so if we look at what a single innovation did, I think we realize very, very quickly that when we talk about strategic innovation, it's one of those things that has the ability to disrupt and mess with industries, has the ability to destroy industries, has the ability to essentially make our lives easier. And that's why companies constantly push for innovation. I'm not going to go through that, guys. We've had a bit of time discussing that. So when we talk about innovation, my opening statement was something along the lines of innovate or evaporate. And the simple truth is, unless you are constantly updating, pushing the envelope, finding new ways, whether it is your manufacturing processes or whether it is your systems, your procedures, and your products. Give me an example of an innovation in the last year or so that you absolutely love and you believe has made your life a lot better? Well, that's it. I don't know why we have a post office. For me, solar panels, yeah, absolutely, Gaston, absolutely. Newest thing to say now with AI technology. Yeah, that's my favorite one. Can I just say, guys, and I'm now being recorded, so if anyone from Varsity College listens to this, I'll be in trouble again, which makes it quite fun. But yesterday we got an email saying that we need to use AI, otherwise it's what something learn or burn. I think that was the saying. So I have to find ways of using AI in my lectures. So please, can you tell me how to do it? Any suggestions? The simple truth is everyone talks about AI, and I don't think people don't really understand. Yeah, virtual controls. Claude 3.5. Yeah. Oh gosh, stop with Chat GPT and that rubbish. I'm gonna beat somebody over the head with Chat bloody GPT. Copilot, yeah. You're getting my blood boil. But I know that some of my students in my postgraduate group, and remember, I expect to see a lot of you next year doing honors with me in distance. So don't think this is the last you hear of me. But my one of my students, I think it was, I don't know if it was in the undergraduate group, but I thought it was in the postgraduate group, had an AI listen to all my lectures and turn my lectures into notes, notes that you could study from. So I'm considering using something like that. Guys, the second one is this idea that it's great to be creative, but creativity still is just an idea. The moment you turn the moment you turn that idea into a product or service that benefits society, it becomes an innovation. It's an honors in management, Tonya, but the way we do it is, and I've been doing honors with Maritzburg for 10 years. Taryn, please enjoy yourself. Go say goodbye to the chickens because they're going to say good morning to you tomorrow. Cheers, AT. So the honors is in management, but what we do, Tonya, is we do the generic modules, but we allow you to personalize the research component in line with your own career, your own plans for the future, etc. So we're quite clever in terms of the way we structure it. So even though it is a management honors, we will personalize the research, and I'm hoping to still look after the research because I don't think there's anyone better than me to do it. And I'm putting it on recording because I am just fantastic. So the first one, an idea is great, but once you turn that idea into a product or service that benefits society, that's when you have an innovation. I think the one thing that we've seen in terms of modern innovation is that sometimes innovations will create needs that we as customers didn't know we had. I know that makes no sense after telling everyone how fantastic I am. Obviously, it was a joke and me just being very humble. But the reality is, I think sometimes innovations will give us something that we all of a sudden have a need for, that in our wildest imagination we wouldn't have seen as a need. Screen protectors, yeah. Guys, give me an app that you've downloaded recently that you never thought you had a need for this app, and now that you have the app, you can't do without it. Where you could never articulate the actual need. MS Teams, Eskom se push. Yeah, absolutely. You like Google, okay? Pudo Courier, very, very cool, Lakeisha. An app that you would never have imagined to be a need, and now that you have it, you use it. What is the music listening app where it tells you when it hears a song what the actual song is? Is it Shazam or something like that? I think Shazam is cool. I never knew that I had that need, but I knew that it makes a big difference. Shazam is very, very cool. Any other apps that you've downloaded that you never thought you had a need for? Because the problem is that innovation creates products when cardless, very cool. Checker 6060, absolutely, 100%. It's astonishing how things that we couldn't articulate to be a need become a essential part of what we do, guys. And then just I think what we have is that it's about uniqueness and creative ways. Tanya, 100%. And then obviously it's about driving economics, it's about growth, it is about making sure that the world moves forward. So if we look at, oh my gosh, I think generally what an organization wants to do, the first one is that you cannot, as an organization, think that innovation happens automatically. It is a concerted effort. It is through a series of processes that are embedded in the organization's systems that we innovate. To think that innovation just magically happens and we magically have these aha moments. Businesses don't work like that. I think what they try and do is they try and constantly question everything in the organization and about the world. One of my favorite terms is this here, working at the fuzzy front end of product development. It's exactly that. I mean, Google gets it so right that they give their technical people 20% of their life to innovate. And in that, sorry, 20%, yeah. In that 20%, have I got my numbers wrong now? I think it is the in 20%. In that 20%, guys, people can create their own magic. People are able to create their own products. They can use the finances and the teams, etc. As long as Google benefits from those products that they build. And out of that 20%, where we allow fantastic people to be fantastic and innovate, it's almost 70% of Google's new products come from there. What does the term fuzzy front end of product development mean? For me, no, who wants to have a go first? Fuzzy front end. Yeah, it is research and development, but it's almost creating technologies that we don't have all the parts to. We're creating products that we can't articulate the product. It's the Lego pieces, but the Lego pieces don't fit together and they come in different shapes, and some of them are imaginary. Because I think when you talk about the fuzzy front end of product development, sometimes you create things that you didn't expect it to be. And I don't want to use the post-it note, but I will. Where the guy who made the post-it note was creating this magic super glue, and all of a sudden he had these adhesible stuff, guys. And then it's about design thinking. You have to constantly think, can we build this? Because one thing you don't want is to imagine something and visualize something that cannot be built with existing technology, or create something that's a gimmick. And then, yeah, as Google does, it is that assumption that we have fantastic people, but we need to make sure that we allow these fantastic people to be fantastic. Shucks. Right, guys, who will remind me that we start at the red and blue ocean bits next time? Okay.